Oh, this is Margaret Ann Windsor. That's my real name. Um, I wanted to take you through this. It's dark. It's about 3 in the morning. I'm up. I'm so sick I can hardly walk from the fumes. I wanted to go back here. I had to come here because across the street from where I was, because quite frankly I couldn't afford that anymore, and they had done the same thing. Uh, Put chemicals in the room and makes me, well, I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to tell you what happened. When I came in here, this one is cheap, at least I could afford it. Um, but it's owned by the Patels and the Shaws, the people from India. And they're friends with Goodlat, was over the Intelligence Committee, et cetera, et cetera, and the Agriculture. His office is here. I've been in there years ago, and he and Virginia Senator John Edwards' officers used to be side by side, but they still be. So they totally know about me, about my kidnapping, and about what's going on with me. In fact, well, I don't want to get too much because the video won't, it won't upload. It'll be too much on it. I want to say that they already know. I put this on YouTube yesterday. These people know exactly that I'm allergic to chemicals, and that the police and the law enforcement get their participation in putting chemicals in. It's toxic. I'm allergic to them. Immune disordered. When I forced to inhale chemicals, toxic chemicals, makes my immune system attack itself, and the inflammation over the years, because this is where I've lived, running place to place, paying for a month and stay a couple of days, and it's so bad I have to leave. So I started trying to pay just for a week, and that doesn't work either. So I'm left bounced around, and the people around here know it. They know it back. I don't know if they know this part back in Huntsville, where I worked for the DA, and anyway, in Atlanta, but they know all the rest. And I won't go into that. What I was doing, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, or about that, maybe, I believe it's 3:05. And it's been held to last night since I got here. I just came in Sunday. And I'm going to get into what happened at the desk and blah, blah, all that. They upped the rent, and I'm sure they'd say I was lying. So that's why that if they ever got before a court of law and people said they were questioned under oath, you'd get the truth only then. So anyway, I came in to this room because I had to get a cab. I don't have a car anymore, so it's depleting my money. I'm sitting there, so I come to this room, and I know that they have I stayed here 2.5 years ago, around on the side there, and I know they have the fan that's supposed to, this is the exhaust, and it's supposed to carry the fumes from the room and the bathroom up and out. I think there's supposed to be a big fan in. Anyway, I lived almost on the other side of this, and it wasn't fun. It was hell. It's taken its toll on my lungs. But I managed to stay here on the other side for 2.5, 3 months a few years ago. So I came back here out of desperation because it's too much to tell what was done to me. Ongoing, but the last months, I was bounced. All of it's illegal. They should be locked up. But anyway, I wanted to tell you just this instance. I came on in and took this, and I was had inhaled so many fumes, I was knocked out. And so I slept from almost after I came in here and till, I guess, Monday morning. And I noticed the exhaust first thing didn't work, but I put my bags of a few clothes I have left and trash bags and my hiking gear that I keep. I can't hike, but at least I can go in tent. Well, can't do that either, it seems. I put that up too on YouTube over the last year. But anyway, let me get to this that happened here. I came in and I told him that the exhaust fan, could he fix it? Because when I came in, I could smell I had to turn the air on because the sun faces beats down on the side. So anyway, I was getting fumes um, that are from freezing, and it was making me really sick, and they're really bad. And I asked him to fix the fan, exhaust fan. Well, he didn't say anything, so day before yesterday afternoon, the black man knocked at the door, and I went to it, and he said that he was with maintenance, and they were going to fix the fan. Well, I hadn't said anything else about it, but he said they were going to fix the exhaust fan, but he had to hunt down the maintenance guy. Well, I never heard any more from it until yesterday. He showed up, and he said that he made the statement to me, well, they had one fan left, but it didn't work. The motor didn't work. So I didn't pay that much attention. I was so sick anyway. And they came in, and he said he had to track down the maintenance guy again, but he got him, and they came in. And they were apologetic. We're sorry. And I thought, well, at least they seemed to be nice. And the black guy had come in and looked at it the day before when he knocked at the door and said they were going to come and fix it. He came back here and he told me there was nothing in there. It's what he said to me, right up here, the exhaust. So I'm going to make it short and say when he started to leave, he stood there and talked to me for a minute. And I told him it's because I was had an immune disorder, and I explained it. And now I know they all know it's a big joke. Believe me, unless it's ever shown. If there's video that shows all of it, it's the most hideous thing you've ever seen. How people act when they can get away with committing crimes. So anyway, they came in yesterday and came back here. And I wondered what they were doing, and the one that's maintenance got up and walked and said, well, he had to go do something. And I came back here, and the black guy, I had just talked to him the day before he left, and we were talking about immune to chemicals, and I have a immune disorder. And he said his wife had a tracheotomy, and we started talking, and I said, well, what did all this come from? And he said she has sleep apnea, and apnea. I can't even talk this morning. But anyway, told him I wished her well and everything, and so he totally knew. I know now he already knew they did. He left, and it was yesterday they came back and came in, and I saw when he came in, in his right hand, down by his side, he had a big tube of something. I thought, what's going on? He knows I'm allergic and it makes me sick, but maybe he's got to glue the fan in or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, the maintenance got him left, and the black guy I had talked to sit right here on the bathtub. And this was off. Now, this worked. I had bathed. There was nothing wrong with this. He had this off, taken apart. That's the hot water. They did this, ripped it away from the wall. This is an old building. And they had, I didn't see that up there. I think they had it off, but I couldn't see. And he had a phone like I've got. This is an Android, and it's exactly, he had one, he was sitting right here with it. With this off, there's no reason to have this off. And they're supposed to be fixing this. I'm showing you what every day of my life, and it's been worse than this. This brought me to where I can't walk, the inflammation, I'll die. And they've killed me and gotten away with it, and it's been fun. He had this out, just like mine, the Android. I said, well, you got an Android like Terry gave me. Terry, I thought, was a friend, and he gave me, well, he's been a part of this whole mess, so I don't know how much a friend he was. But he's with law enforcement, and he gave me this Android so I could put it on social media, what they were doing. He's sitting there, and I said, that looks like the phone Terry gave me. That looks just like mine. And he said, yeah. And I thought, what's it doing with the hot water, all this, on the hot water off? Well, what happened was the other guy came back. They got up to leave, and they said that there was a steel plate. Well, this black maintenance guy had been in, come in, and he would have seen it. He did take the stand. Had a steel plate back there, and it had nothing in it. And they'd have to buy a new fan